In a time where everything is fast-paced and we rarely get time to reflect and grow as people, this channel's ethos is to help us do this while promoting that walk with Christ. So join me, beautiful people, and let's grow together. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Fullness of Philly, where we talk about personal growth, where we're talking about becoming or being our highest self. We're here to grow, we're here to learn, and we're here to become better individuals. Right, let me get straight into it. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year in advance. I don't know when I'm going to do another video again. It's only because of time, guys, but there's so much going on at this minute. But I want us to have a very good Christmas and Happy New Year. Enjoy yourself, guys, on behalf of both of us, plus one, all that, include me. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for being around. Thank you guys for, taking care of your girl, showing your girl some love. Like, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Right. As you can see, today's topic is about knowing God for yourself, because people are flawed. Yes, people are very flawed. I am flawed. You are flawed. We are all very flawed. Let me tell you that. When I tell people that I'm of faith, I usually come across people telling me that they're not of faith or they don't want to attach themselves. They believe in God, but they don't want to attach themselves to Christianity simply because in the church, people have messed them about. They've made them feel like this. They've used them. There's so many different stories I've heard. And, yes, it may have happened. A lot of the times what you find is people are actually more religious than they are having God in their hearts. But on this channel, we have God in our hearts. That's what we aim to do. We aim to walk in his footsteps, act like him, be your own person, but walk with love, with everything you do. I read somewhere, you might be the only Bible someone reads. Now that's deep. That's deep because we're in a society now that we're very secular. Let's be real. And it is hard. It is hard for people to believe with their whole heart because they have no evidence. Now you'll see things like Omicron in the world, and you'll be thinking, "Oh, does God really exist? Is God who he says he is?" And these things are happening. But let me tell you something. If everything was in black and white, there'll be no need for you to have faith, because it'll all be in black and white. We all go straight to heaven because we know what's what. We know what it is. We know that God is real. But the fact that you have to choose, the fact that you have to walk in that, the fact that you have to act in that on a daily and choose that path for yourself, is what really makes faith a thing. That means you have chosen this decision, and when we reach that point in the end of our life, God will honor us because we chose to live life like this. We chose to follow his ways. We chose to treat people with kindness. We chose to act with love every step of the day. Now, like I said, some people say they aren't of faith because of how the church have treated them, or how situations have treated them. But I urge you to not allow people or somebody's flaws as a human being allow you to detach from God, or allow you to detach your love for Christ, or attach your love for Christ, to people, because people are flawed. It's only because I am conscious of growing, I'm conscious of loving people and being the best person I can be, that I walk with love. If I'm not conscious of it, sometimes even things like the flesh will allow you to act out, or allow you to, even your emotions are fleeting. You could be angry one day and lash out at somebody will keep that memory of what you did and be like, isn't this a Christian? Isn't this someone that's supposed to love God? They will use that against you, even though as a human we go through ups and downs of our emotions, ups and downs, and it affects us. We're going through our own situations, and we have to now cater for other people, and sometimes people can attach their own love for God or faith on us as if we are not human, as if we are not flawed. Look, I know people in the church are supposed to be better. They're supposed to be more holy in other words, right? But again, people are flawed, and people are all on their own individual journeys. You cannot expect somebody that is still walking to be their highest self to remember in every moment, be the best possible person they can be. It's unfortunate that we're human and we're flawed. But I really don't want somebody to lose their faith and lose the love for God, because the love for God is what will take you to salvation. Your love for God is what will guide you through life. Life is hard as it is, let me tell you. But if you lose your faith, sometimes I wonder, like, people that have no faith, life can be so rocky. Life can be so difficult. Like, to hold on every day and just feel like you're doing it by yourself. There's only so much that my family can do for me. There's only so much that my dad, my mom, my uncle, my auntie, my grandma, all of them people that can do for me, because they are human, because they are flawed. Sometimes they could say things that would hurt you. Sometimes they could do things that would hurt you. But if you stand by God and you say, God, this is a hard situation, but I love you and I need you, regardless of how hard things will get, He will come out for you. He will show his face for you in due time. That's why faith is such a hard thing. I don't think it's hard anymore, because I've got to a place in my life where I've been tested this year though. I have been tested. Let me be real with you guys. I've been tested. But I see God works for his people on the other side. But if you do not give him the chance to work and develop you and build you because of other people's attitudes or because of other people's ways of living, you will be at loss. You will be at loss. And it's so sad. I really want us to get this. I really feel like it's going to be for somebody, because somebody that could be at the edge, somebody that could be hanging on the balance, somebody that may not be as strong in their faith. But I want to remind you that if you allow God into your heart purely, I used to have a friend who he wasn't religious. I mean, I would always try to hey, when are we gonna get closer to God? Like, when are we gonna, I try and nudge a Bible next to him. I try and as a good friend, I always want my friends to get closer to God. But he never wanted that. He never really understood it. I guess in his family they never really were of faith themselves. But I really do feel as though it was because his heart was closed to it. He was looking for answers, but he was never open to receive it. Let me try and show you in another way. When somebody has pride, even if they want something, because the pride is so built up in them, they will not allow themselves to relax and go and release themselves from that pride and go and obtain what they want. It's the same way when your heart is not open to God. He cannot force himself into you. He has to be welcomed. He has to be wanted. He has to be wanted to you have to ask God, okay, none of me and all of you. I want to be in your face. I want you to touch my heart. But I never felt that it was always a resistance. There was always a tug of war. And I can't keep pushing, because I feel as though the more I keep pushing, the more the barrier is. So I just let that, he knows I'm still of faith. He appreciates that. We're still friends. But God will touch him in due time. I pray for him all the time. God will touch him in due time, because I know the peace that I receive being of faith. I know the peace that I receive walking with God. I know the peace that I receive having, people come up to me sometimes. People say to me, but why? Why do you believe? Why do you believe? And I always say, I believe because believing brings me at peace. Believing makes me understand and know and be at peace that I'm not doing this alone. That the stress that I'm feeling right now is temporary. It is not going to be forever. I may feel like this today. I'm going to sleep it off and hold my Bible with me and sleep it off. Tomorrow's a new day. And actually, let me tell you, the reason I continue believing is because God has worked out for me in so many ways where it may have been difficult for many, but he has worked out for me because I am constantly in faith. And let me tell you, when you become a believer, it's not like God will answer what you want today. Like you may put your prayer request, you may say this, I need this, Lord, I'm listening to you, answer me tonight. God won't come tonight. God will make sure that elements of you is broken. I told you guys I was dealing with some elements of pride before, so he had to break, because it was really high. You know, he had to break certain levels of pride off me. And I know that, okay, Philippa, we got to chill. You know, we're not going to let this overcome us, because the devil's a liar. We're not going to do that again. Okay. And with that, when that was broken down to a certain level, I was able to receive certain things into my life. I was able to obtain certain things, and I want us to all obtain this. I really do, because I received this peace, and I know this peace is obtainable. Within the storm, everything that goes on in the world, with, you know, hurricanes and you know, Omicron, there's COVID, everything. Within that, I have peace that I will be okay. I have peace that we will be fine when we just love and hold God dearly in our hearts and treat others like we want to be treated. Now, I wrote this, I got this from a Bible scripture, guys, which I really think is great. It's in 2 Corinthians. So read it in your own time, you know, take that back with you and really wash your heart with it, and know that the Lord is with you. In all things, he is with you. He will take care of you if you just let him. So 2 Corinthians 16:18, and I will be a father to you, and you shall be sons and daughters to me. That is the Lord speaking. He has guaranteed us his love. He has guaranteed us security. Unlike everybody else in the world. Everybody else, you're not sure. Tomorrow they may be feeling sick. They don't want to help you. But if you stick with the Lord, if you stick by his side, he guarantees you that security that you so much need. We all need it. That love, that support, that help. That even if you are in prison, the Lord will find a way to help you. Even if you're in hospital with COVID, the Lord will find a way to take you out of that situation. And even if the situation goes bad and what you think is lost, God will find a way to bring it back to you, because he knows that you love him. Have you not heard the story of Job? Job was tested. His wife was taken from him. His kids were killed because the Satan said, I want to see if he really loves you, or does he really love what you bring to him? Does he really love the money, the fame, all that you give him, or does he love you? And Job was strong, even when his wife was telling him to curse God and die. Job said, no, I'm going to hold on. I'm going to show I love the Lord. So many occasions in the Bible where you have to use faith. The Bible is really just like, it shows the attributes of God. It shows the heart of God. So if you read it, if you aim to be closer to God, you follow the things in there, you see how God's love works. You see how God works, and you should see how you should be. Like, everybody has their own different personalities, but we should all be loving. A lot of us aren't. Unfortunately, we aren't. And for those that are loving, and for those that do care about people, because of our pure hearts, we have to have boundaries for ourselves. You can be loving, but you can have boundaries. I also need to have, can be loving and you can have boundaries. You can be caring and you can have boundaries. You can be a person with the heart of God, yet be a person that says, no, not today. John, you're not going to push this today. Not today, Sally. We're not going to do this. I love you. I will treat you with kindness. I will be the best person I can be to help you, but you are not going to use that opportunity to do this. You're not going to, belittle me like this. We can be people of God and yet still have boundaries, as to not be taken advantage of, as to not be used, as to not be, all those negative things. So guys, the aim of this message was to not allow people's attitudes or who people are or people's flaws allow you to reject God, because you will be losing your own salvation. And your own salvation is personal. When I die, I'm not going to be with you guys on YouTube. I will answer to God myself. you know, when anybody dies, they would do everything individually. So you cannot allow or base your faith based on a congregation of people, because yes, they're still growing, they're still flawed. They could have had a bad day, they could have had a bad month, they could have been backsliding. They could tell their story in a few years. You don't want to lose your own opportunity to reach salvation. And the thing is, you never know when it's the end. You never, God forbid, but you never know when it's game over, when we're going to die or whatever. We never know that. So we have to live life like it's the last day every day, with kindness, with goodness, with a pure heart. Because God really blesses those who their heart is pure. Even the things you feel as though are not a blessing. Some people may have died in some way, or certain things may have happened, but they are all for a purpose. They're all for a reason. I know it's hard to believe, but if you hold on to God, if you really do that, you'll see in due time the reasons why he does the stuff he does. All right, guys, I love you guys so much. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I will see you in my next video. Hopefully I'll be back in January. Please do like, comment and subscribe. Support your girl. Thank you guys so much for supporting your girl so far. So for everybody who likes, who comments and who subscribes, mwah. And even those who just watch, mwah. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your holidays. Bye.